Hello, my Aries people. Happy birthday. I am so excited for Aries season to begin. I got your little present, some red flowers. You guys are ruled by the planet Mars, which is the red planet. So here you go. Happy birthday, Aries. See, Aries, I dyed my hair a little bit of more of a red color to represent you guys this month because I'm so excited about Aries season. Anyway, what does the month of April hold for my Aries people? Well, let me tell you, we have a lot to talk about this month. It's going to be all about you this month. And there are some significant transits that are happening that are really, really important for me to tell you about. So let's go. All right, so first we're going to talk about where is the sun in the month of April for Aries. Well, we start out with the sun being in your first house of the self. The sun has been in Aries since the 21st of March. So when the sun, which is a spotlight, is shining upon you in your sign, what this means is the first house is the self, the body, the life path. There's a spotlight being shown there, shined there. And that means that anything can happen that's a significant change. You could be just on a more mundane level, just feeling really good about yourself, really feeling good physically, getting more active, getting out there and doing some physical activities, working out, maybe changing your appearance, maybe if you're a female Aries or a male who's into beauty, you could be going out there and maybe buying more makeup, getting your hair done, just doing anything to feel good about you, because when it's your birthday time, that means the sun is in your first house. And you will feel fresh and new and reborn and like it's all about you. And you will just want your body, because when you're newborn, your body is new to this world. And that's the way that you want to feel around your birthday when the sun is in your first house. So this is what's going on for my Aries, continuing on up until the 20th of April when the sun moves into Taurus. The sun will move into Taurus, and that is your second house. The second house is your house of earned income. That is how you earn your money, whether it's through a job, whether it's through your own business. I mean, it's just how you have money and resources coming in. But yes, it's not just money, it is your resources, meaning the electricity you use, the water you use, the food that you buy and eat, the material items that you possess, that you buy and take care of. And it's also your self-worth and how you value yourself and just values in general, how you value the material world and how you value things on like an emotional level. What is important to you? What do you value in this world, in this life? What do you value? So when the sun is in the second house, there's a big emphasis on that. And on the mundane level, what we can be doing while the sun is in our second house, Aries, is spending more money, wanting to go shopping, wanting to gather in more resources, accumulate more material resources, which, equals going shopping. Maybe looking around and seeing what do you need around the house, what can you gather in? Sometimes the second house energy, it's the energy of Taurus is all about conserving, okay? So gathering in resources to conserve, like maybe stocking up on some food and stocking up on some necessities around the house, and maybe looking around and making sure that everybody is using everything properly to where they're not being wasteful. On the negative side, the second house energy can be kind of wasteful itself because it's all about consumerism on the negative side. So just buying for the sake of buying and consuming and using for the sake of using, eating for the sake of eating, and not because you really, really need whatever it is. So wants versus needs is going to be highlighted while the sun is in the second house. Also, the second house is earned income. So if any Aries are looking for jobs, this is a great time to look for a job or a second job or any other way that you can earn money and gather money in. It can be that you do have a job already and you start getting a raise. And you get a raise, or maybe you start getting more work coming in that is bringing in more revenue, more income. So those are the focuses while the sun is in the second house in Taurus. On the 9th of the month, Aries, the sun comes in conjunction with Uranus in your sign. Now, this is very, very important for you to know about, especially because of the fact that Uranus is that planet of rebellion and extreme change and sudden events and things happening within a flash that you are not expecting. Uranus is all about freedom, also freedom of expression, to just be you, be who you are, and not care who thinks what about you. So around that week, the week before, the week after the 9th, and on the 9th especially, because this is in your first house, I would say just be careful with not doing too many wild activities, because Aries are pretty active people that are very daring and bold with their physical actions, because you guys are ruled by Mars, the planet of physical action. So be very careful with any of your physical activities the first 3 weeks in April, I would say, because of the Sun and Uranus conjunction, especially around the 9th. But it can bring about a sudden realization about yourself, whether it is emotionally or something about your roots and where you come from, or if it's about physically. I decided to color my hair a weird color, or just chop it all off, or maybe buy a wig that's like really crazy looking, and I just want the world to see, you know what, this is me, this is who I am, love me or leave me be. That is the energy of the Sun and Uranus. It's like, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me. I'm going to wear this tutu with jeans and a sweater and some boots and a freaking top hat, okay? And that's how I feel, so that's how I'm going to express myself today. So the Sun and Uranus can bring that. But yeah, your physical body, be careful with it around that time. And if you have a sense of expressing yourself, the freedom to be you, by all means do it. And it can be shocking to you. You can learn something shocking about yourself and your roots, or maybe you may decide to go on a totally different life path. That's definitely possible with this conjunction too, because the first house is the life path as well. So you might switch up your career, because this is also making an aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn is in your 10th house of career. So a lot of Aries might all of a sudden say, you know what? F this, I'm out. No thanks, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this job. This isn't true to me. This isn't who I really am. And so I have to go find another career. And you might just all of a sudden do that, because Pluto, which Uranus and the Sun are making an aspect to, is also about deep transformational changes. It's not like the sudden ones like Uranus, but Uranus making an aspect to Pluto can bring about deep transformational changes all of a sudden. So just watch for that around the 9th. So Venus will continue to travel through the sign of Pisces through the 5th of the month, and that is your 12th house. So you're going to just, for the first 5 days or so of April, be continuing on that energy from March, to where you're kind of just dreamy, very low-key about your love life. You may be seeing somebody on the low. You may be seeing somebody who is forbidden in some sort of way, or maybe have a long distance relationship. Pisces in the 12th house are all about fantasy, so I would continue to tell you to be careful when it comes to meeting someone new and starting a new relationship while Venus is in your 12th house. So that's up until the 5th of the month, because you cannot always see the person as clearly as you should. You might be projecting a fantasy image onto that person that's like all of here that you're dreaming about. So just be very careful with that energy for the first 5 days or so. Then Venus moves into Aries. Woo! Venus moves into Aries on the 5th, and this is more energy that's all about you, Aries, which I know you love. More energy to feel good about yourself physically and make some physical changes within your life. Go do some beauty regimens to make yourself feel like a god or a goddess, and go shopping at the beauty store places. Go shopping for some new clothes, especially with this Uranus energy going on at the same time. You will really want to try something new with your look. Do something to your looks that's more true to you, all right? So when Venus is in your sign, it's time to feel really good. What an idiot! When Venus is in your sign, it's really time to feel good. And you know what? Whatever planet is in your first house, you are wearing it like a badge. I always say that. You're wearing it like a badge on your clothes, and people will walk up and they will see that energy radiating off of you from that planet. So you're going to be walking around wearing Venus energy all through the month of April until the 30th, the very last day of April. Venus will move into Taurus, all right? But while Venus is in Aries, people are going to be looking at you like, dang, Aries, what's up? I don't know what it is about you, but you are looking mighty fine this month. And you may attract more love to you, more prospects to you if you're looking to date. So be aware of that with Venus being in your first house. And so when Venus moves into Taurus, this is your second house. This is on the 30th. So this is more second house energy that can bring more money to you. because Venus represents money and material possessions. So on the positive side, yeah, if you're looking to get a raise or something, this can definitely happen the very end of April on through part of May. And also, if you're looking for a job, you know, looking for a way to earn income, you're going to be wearing Venus in that area. So people will be looking at you like, Aries is a good person and works hard, so I want to hire them. And, or Aries, you've been working very hard at this job currently that you're at, and you know what? I think we will give you more money because Venus is reflecting off of you like, give me money, show me the money. So Mercury is going to be in the sign of Aries for the first 5 days of April. And I must let you know that the last week of March, first week of April, Mercury is going to be in conjunction with the planet Uranus. Mercury is how you communicate, how you speak, how you move your hands, how you move your arms, how you type, how you write. When Mercury comes in conjunction with Uranus, your speech may be a little more free as far as having no filter, okay? So I must warn you of that because Aries, Mercury in Aries is a pretty bold sign, okay? It's loud, it's like, doesn't really care what anybody thinks. It just says what it wants to say. With Uranus being there, you can really have that rebellious feel to the way that you speak. So I would say just be mindful of that, okay? If you're in a type of lifestyle to where you thrive off of that, you are successful by just speaking your mind and saying whatever, I would say use this energy for that to the fullest. Don't care what anybody says or thinks about what you say. However, if you are in a type of lifestyle where you do have to kind of be diplomatic at times, that is not easy for Aries to do. But just be mindful that your speech is going to be a little more erratic and spitfire around the first week of April. But once we do move to the 5th, yes, Mercury moves into Taurus. That's your second house. A little more diplomacy here with the way that you speak. But also, the second house is earn income, finances, money. Your mind is going to be on your money, and your money is going to be on your mind, okay? This is creating more financial wealth for yourself through creative ideas. This is coming up with more ways to earn money. This is staying busy because Mercury is a busybody. Mercury is here, there, and everywhere, multitasking, doing multiple things at once, having an active mind, okay? So while Mercury is in Taurus, your mind is really on getting that money, really on finances. You may start working on more of a budget. And Aries, you guys are very spontaneous, spur-of-the-moment people. You don't really like people to constrain you or hold you down with what you want to do, especially because you guys have Uranus in your sign. This is an excellent time to come up with budgeting plans, and ways to make more money. Mars is continuing to be in the sign of Sagittarius, where he has been since the month of March. Mars is your ruling planet, Aries. So wherever Mars is traveling, whatever sign he's in, you will feel the energy of that sign when it comes to your action and drive, and when it comes to your whole life path. Sorry, there's bugs out here. But with the energy of Sagittarius, Sagittarius on the positive side, very optimistic energy, very active. It's a fire sign. And you are a fire sign. So this is more fiery energy that you are very comfortable with. You're comfortable with Mars being there. You have so much more initiative to go after big goals and plans because Sagittarius is being optimistic and shooting an arrow way far away where people normally don't even dare to go or think of going. And your mind goes out there, and not only does your mind go there, but you physically go after whatever it is that you were pointing at that you want. So whatever you want to manifest, go after it while Mars is in Sagittarius. However, on the 17th, Mars will go retrograde, okay? He's been slowing down in shadow period since about February, I believe. Now he's going retrograde. And this is in your 9th house. The 9th house is the house of long distance travel. So if you have any travel plans, Aries, to travel long distances, you know, of other states, other coasts of your country, other countries, be very careful when Mars is retrograde because your plans can be kind of interrupted in some sort of way, disrupted, and maybe somewhere that you plan to travel and then you finally go there and it's like not the trip that you expected it to be. So this isn't like guaranteed to happen for all Aries who have travel plans while Mars is retrograde. But this is one thing that can happen. Also, it's going back over things. And since Mars is retrograding, he's closer to our planet Earth and radiating more Mars energy even stronger. You're going to be feeling that Mars energy stronger, okay? And he's giving you a chance to go back over some things in the ninth house. The ninth house also deals with higher education. So if you're taking some classes, Aries, if you're in college or some sort of higher education, you may have to go back over your educational plans. Am I taking the right classes? Am I taking the right courses, the right degree? Am I going after, the right career path as far as the classes I'm taking to get me there? Am I doing the right thing? Mars retrograde will show you that. So remember, this starts around the 17th is when it starts really spinning backwards, and you're going to really be going back in your mind about a lot of things in those regards. Now, normally I focus on the more faster moving personal planets when it comes to the monthly horoscopes, but if any of the outer planets, the slower moving planets, are going retrograde or anything like that, then I do mention it in these monthly horoscopes. So with that being said, Saturn is retrograde this month. He started going retrograde March 25th, and he continues to go retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius through the month of April. And this is very important for Aries because Sagittarius is a fire sign. And with Saturn going retrograde there, Mars going retrograde there, this is more energy that's having an emphasis on going back over things when it comes to your education, when it comes to your travel, when it comes to your high-minded goals, all right? So don't be too disappointed if some things that you're trying to manifest in those areas are not happening for you or are slowing down in the month of April. Just take it as a time to really review things, because it's retro means going back, right? So just take the time to review things and make some decisions so that when the planets finally start going forward again during the summertime, you can really manifest those things that you wanted as far as your education or traveling or your high-minded goals, So Saturn is all about learning lessons in life. Saturn is that hard teacher, that old man that'll smack your hand with the ruler if you don't do things perfectly and correctly the first time. So anything in the areas of education that you weren't doing properly while Saturn was forward, he's going to go back and give you a test. That's kind of what Saturn retrograde is like. He's like, all right, now let me give you a test. Pop quiz, okay? What have you been doing? What have you been learning in this area of life? And just remember, Saturn will go forward again in August. And during that time, you can get right back on the ball with those ninth house matters. On the 18th of April, Pluto will go retrograde. Pluto will be at 17 degrees Capricorn in your 10th house of career and social status on the 18th of April. So when Pluto is retrograde, Pluto is a planet of deep transformation. He will be like a plumber and plunge out anything in your life that was hidden, that is no good for you, that you may be stashing away inside yourself. He's going to bring that ugly stuff back up. It's like plunging a toilet, which is disgusting to think about, right? But if something's been backed up down there, he's going to pull it right back out and be like, look at this right here, Aries. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to flush it out of your life completely for good? So when it comes to career, what are you doing? Are you doing what's true to you? Because remember, that's what Uranus is asking. Pluto is going to get rid of anything that is not true to you, okay, while it's going retrograde. He's going to have you thinking about those things and reviewing them, revising them, going back over them. And you're going to be seeing all the crap floating to the surface, like, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't notice that. You know what? Nuh-uh, Pluto, let's get rid of that. So that's what Pluto retrograde is going to be bringing to you as far as career and your social status as well. That means social status can mean relationship status as well, okay? It can mean like a title that you hold. Is this title true to you? Or do you want to advance? Or do you want to step down from it? Those are the questions to ask yourself, to think about when Pluto is retrograde. So last but not least, let's check out the moons. What are the moons doing this month of April for Aries? Well, the new moon is April 7th, and that is at 17 degrees Aries. That is in your first house. So Aries, what new changes do you want to bring about when it comes to you yourself? Are you being true to your destiny, your life path, like what you want to do in life? Are you being true to who you are on the inside? A lot of Aries people, they like to stick to their roots, you know, like they're true to their roots and where they came from and who they are is so important to them. Is there something new that's going to be brought to light that's going to show you maybe a new way to go that's not going to be sticking with the old? Maybe it's something new, but it's still true to yourself. You know, the new moon can bring that to light. Also, changes within your body. Maybe some Aries might look to all of a sudden get plastic surgery or piercings or a drastic change in their hair or their wardrobe or the way that they carry themselves. Any of those things can happen, even career. Any of those things can happen with a new moon. Because the new moon is also in conjunction with Uranus and making a square aspect to Pluto. The full moon is going to be at 2 degrees Scorpio. This is in your 8th house, Aries. The 8th house is deep transformation. And it's also death and rebirth. And I'm not saying, oh my God, Aries, you're going to die. No, 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 no. Don't get scared. It can be not a physical death always. It's like the death of something old in your life. It could be a habit. It could be a lifestyle that you're living. It can be a job that you had, a way that you're earning money. It can be a relationship, anything. Any of those things can apply when it comes to a death, like a that's not physical. Maybe it's more an emotional, getting rid of something out of your life that no longer serves you. So with the full moon being there, the full moon brings things to light to bring them to a final conclusion or final decision. So make a final decision when it comes to 8th house matters. That can be joint finances. It can be an intimate partnership. It can be a supplementary source of income, like maybe you were depending upon a family member or the government or something, someone for money and resources. And maybe you have to let that go finally. Maybe you make a final decision to latch on to someone or something when it comes to those things. Or, you know, generate a new source of supplementary income for yourself. Maybe your partner gets a new source of income. Maybe your partner loses that and makes way for a new one to come in later on. So those are the changes that can happen with the full moon. But remember, Scorpio is intense. The full moon rules emotions. You will be very emotionally intense on this day. That full moon is happening on the 22nd of April. So just keep that day marked on your calendar for an intense day with extreme transformative changes happening. So last but not least, I have to talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is happening at 23 degrees Taurus. This is in your 2nd house. This happens on the 28th, at the very last of the month, and it's going to carry on through May, okay? So Mercury retrograde is a time where we are thinking about things, but rethinking and going over things. For you, Aries, this has to do with your 2nd house. Earned income. How you've been making your money. Is it true to you? Is it something that is going to be stable and generate income for years to come? Or is it going to be short term? How have you been budgeting and managing your money and your finances and your resources? Have you been wasteful? Have you been conservative? All of those things you're going to be rethinking and going back over while Mercury's retrograde. So choose wisely when it comes to career options and job options and earned income options and supplementary options during the month of April, because Mercury retrograde will bring things right back to you, right to your face, to ask you some questions about what you are doing. All right, Aries, now I know this is a little long this month because there's so much to cover that really applies to you personally. But all in all, this month, wrapping it up, just to wrap everything up, it looks like a lot of extreme changes are on the horizon for you in regards to yourself, in regards to your life path, in regards to your body, your appearance, and in regards to how you're making money, how you're earning money, and joint finances or any other type of income like insurance or benefits or anything that's not earned by working, okay? So those are your most important things to focus on during the month of April. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you want a personalized reading of a monthly horoscope that applies to you, not just to your sun sign of Aries or rising or moon sign of Aries, but all the rest of your chart to see what's going to be going on for you personally, shoot me an email and I will get back to you and let you know. Also, don't forget, livevisions.com. If you click on the link in my description box for livevisions.com, you could book a reading with me. We can talk live during certain time periods, or I can shoot you a video that's a recorded reading that's personalized just for you in regards to romance, love, career, money, just a general reading for you and your personality, and pointing out the best things about you and also some qualities about you that may need a little work. I can really take a look at all of those things for you, Aries. So remember, all my information is down below, and I will be happy to look at them for you if you contact me. All right? Well, have a great month. Make the best of it. And I will see you guys next month in May. Peace.